Okay, we're back for our last episode of season 1, and I am delighted to welcome Instagram influential individual. Please welcome today, LaCartier. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very, very good. It's been a minute. I know we tried to get on a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But we're here now, and we're
We've
going to
made
get
it.
into it. We're going to get into it. So the first thing on your Instagram is that you're a teacher.
Yeah.
So tell us about that to start with. What do you teach? What years do you teach? And how's that going?
So basically, I've been teaching since 2013. I actually qualified as a teacher. It was my second degree. I did a PGC, and I've been teaching ever since. I started as a primary teacher, but then I went on and did my master's, and then started in secondary.
Wow.
So yeah.
So you're in
It's
secondary school
involved.
then?
Yeah.
Okay, we can have a quick discussion then, because I run a gym, as you know,
Yeah.
and we run an alternative provision for kids from the age of 10 to 24 that aren't adhering to conforming to traditional way of schooling. What would, from your side, what would you say the downfalls are at the moment of why there are so many more kids that are becoming school avoiders, even taking out the kids that have challenging behavior, autism, ADHD, ODD, ASD, just the the general kids that are not conforming? What would you say the reasons are for that from your point of view?
I think that there's a lack of discipline. There's a lack of discipline altogether with kids. And I feel like even as a teacher, it's so hard to teach even because when you try to challenge a child, it's like they don't actually care. They don't see you as having any authority. They talk to you as if you and them are the same age, same level, same everything. They ask you like who you think you're talking to. Do you get it? Whereas in school when we were younger, you would know like, all right, cool, you might do something, but when a teacher talks to you, it's like, oh, I'm in trouble now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But with these kids now, it's like a lot of them don't even fear punishment at home because parents aren't allowed to punish their children to a certain degree. Not saying that they should be able to beat them, but even the slightest of things now, if the child comes in and tells the teacher, it can be social services and are knocking at your door. Do you get it? So parents are a bit scared to challenge their children, I think.
Yeah.
So then it becomes a thing where the children have nobody to answer to because their parents can't tell them nothing. The teachers can't tell them nothing because the teachers would have threatened them with their parents. But if their parents can't really tell them nothing, then it's just like there's just no morals, no laws, no rules, no nothing. Like it's mad.
Let's get into that then, because this is obviously a very serious topic for me because I'm dealing with it, you're dealing with it. Do you feel, I'm on the other side now, and I'm going to tell you how I feel about the schooling and the teachers on it. You go to obviously university, you get trained in the subjects or the discipline or the core subject that you get, and then you get a job to go and teach. Do you think some teachers need more training of how to deal with kids? Because your job is to go in and teach. Now, if you've not got no one that wants to, for example, I've got my son. He's a very well-educated individual. He conforms. He can take on information. But then the middle group, which I call the middle group, because the people that are behind, there's LSAs, there's certain stuff to help people. But the middle ones that I'm not quite into this, but I'm not necessarily behind, those are the ones that the teachers seem to just not know what to do with. Why is that? I mean, when I was in school, like you said, you used to fear if the deputy head said something like, oh rah, like okay, I'll just, you might even give it to a certain teacher, but when another teacher would say something, you'd know to sort of behave yourself.
Yeah.
But what you're saying now is that these kids don't care. Like
They don't. They don't. Sorry. And do you know what I actually think as well? I feel like you said, teachers go to uni, they learn how to be a teacher so they can teach, yeah? Like education, yeah, they can teach. But a lot of these teachers are teaching in areas where they have no kind of understanding of those types of children. So for example, you'll have a school in the middle of Tottenham, let's just say, yeah, secondary school, middle of Tottenham, deprived area. Most of the children are from minorities.
Yeah.
They're from other ethnic backgrounds, and you might have teachers who have no idea how to deal with these kids and have no understanding of those types of children and their lives. So a lot of the kids don't feel like their teachers understand them. Which is also another thing, because when I come into school and I speak to children, I find that the children are like, oh, miss, you actually get us. Like, you actually get us. But maybe that's because I was brought up in Tottenham. I had a lot of friends that are like these people who are the young black girls and boys who are maybe being labelled as whatever because of their attitude, or a girl might talk a certain way and because of the way she speaks is coming across as being rude or feisty or aggressive or whatever. I've had to deal with these things, and I understand maybe the way that these teachers may perceive these children. So I am able to kind of talk to them on a level, whereas other teachers may not be able to do so. And I find that I get a lot out of these kids because they actually think I care. Like, it's like I actually give a damn, basically.
It's interesting because I've got about 20 odd kids at the moment that are coming from a school to an alternative provision with me. You get a case of some kind, you know, a case profile, case of each individual. And you go, oh, this kid's this kid's that. I've not had one issue.
Yeah.
Not one. Stuff I've read and how they are and they don't do this and they don't do that is clearly not trying to, you know, hit back on the teachers here.
Yeah.
There's clearly an issue with communication and understanding, but on the communication that can be taught, but the understanding I sort of don't agree with. And the reason I don't is because I don't think that teacher should have to understand you to teach.
No.
Am I wrong in saying that?
It's not even understand you as an individual. It's about understanding and having an understanding as a whole about the type of people that there are. Yeah, and I just feel like there's some times when these children just need some type of relatability. And when they don't get it, it's just like, oh, you don't get me. And so I think for every teacher, it's important that if you teach in a specific area, or if you're around a certain, like, for example, if I was going to teach in, I don't know, let's say I've gone to a school in East London, yeah? And the area is predominantly like an Asian area, for example. And I know I'm going to be in school with these children and they are from this background. For me personally, I will make sure that I have research on certain things that may be of interest to these kids, yeah? And that's the same even, not even when it comes down to race. For example, it makes a good teacher. When I was young, I say younger, but when I first started teaching, a lot of the teachers used to say, how do you get the kids to listen to you and concentrate in your class all the time? But do you know what I used to do? Like, let's say, for example, I'm teaching year 4. I'm year 4, right? I would find out what year 4s are interested in. Let's say, for example, they're interested in, I don't know, let's say it's LOL dolls, for example. If I'm doing a maths question on the board, I might have LOL dolls on my board. And then I'm saying to them, right, we've got 2 LOL dolls and they've each got this amount of, I don't know, makeup bags, how many altogether? Now the kids are interested because that's something they're interested in. Do you get it? So I will find something that's relatable to them. So it doesn't just work as in like across the ages and finding things that are relatable to the kids across ages. It's also to do with their race and their background and stuff. So I can talk to them about maybe a celebration that they have coming up and act like I actually know. I may not have a clue, but I've gone and done that research, and that little bit of like understanding that you're showing the kids, they think, oh, rah, Miss actually cares, or Miss actually knows. She's not even from this background and she actually knows. Like, so then maybe they feel like you care a little bit more. And then maybe they just might have a bit more of a, it could build a better relationship. Because I have great relationships with my kids that I teach, but I think it's because of the fact that I am able to relate to them.
Okay, so that's the teachers. We've homed in on the teachers on that. Yeah. What about the parents?
A lot of the parents just think that it's the responsibility of the school to raise their kids.
Yeah, and that's the issue. And that's the issue. I'm glad you said that, because I say I'm glad you said that. I've got a couple of students that come to me, and when I say I'm going to call your mum, their energy changes. So they know that their parents are not going to...
They're on business.
...accept what I'm about to probably tell them about their child. So it is... Obviously, we know when you're in school, everyone's a bit different to when they're at home. But do you think now, in 2025, going into 2026, that these parents have to do more?
I feel like every parent should be doing more, because there's a lot more challenges. Like social media, like gang culture, things that are going on the roads, drugs. Like, there's more drugs than I've ever known about now available. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like there's so many things that I feel like parents in general need to be doing more, because there's just more things going on.
Okay. You obviously work in a school. I don't want to keep probing the stuff. I want to see if it comes from you naturally, okay? I've done my not research. I've just done the kids I'm dealing with, and there was a high percentage of a missing element in these kids. And what do you think it was?
A missing element. I don't know. There's loads of missing elements.
There's a very big one though. There's a big one with these kids.
I don't know. Like,
I don't want to say. I don't want people to think I've just gone away and said it. I want to know if you've realised that you're in. So I've got, as I said, 20-odd kids that come through this.
yeah.
And the parent that keeps coming, there's a clue there. The parent that keeps coming is obviously dealing with it. But there's a missing element. Huge.
Their dads.
Exactly.
Yeah, but do you know what? Yeah. I don't know about
No,
that.
it's massive. We can get into it now if you want, but
No,
it's
I don't know about... Yeah,
every single child I've seen has got not the one that I've got so far. There's no present dad. They're not present. They're not involved.
But do you know what? The reason why I say I don't know about that is because I know that them not having a dad can have a like an effect on them. I would never say that that's not the case. But what I will say is there's also some very, very strong mothers out there who don't have a dad present like at all, and their children are on point. Like on point. So maybe it's not the dad itself. Maybe there's other, I didn't even know if there's any male figures or whether the mum's just on point, but maybe there's input from somewhere else. Maybe there's other males in the family that have got them in line. I don't know whether it's just the mum that's on point and knows how to deal with her kids, because I do know some women who have no dad around and their kids they've got manners. They are on point, like when it comes to their education, everything. So yes, I think it plays a very big part when the dad is missing. But then there are also, it's not always the case, because there are also some fatherless children, like completely fatherless children, who are amazing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it does definitely play a very, very big part, like very big part, I think.
Okay, so that percentage is good, what you just said. And I there are strong mums out there, absolutely not discrediting them at all, but I still believe mum can't play mum and dad. They can't.
They can't play mum and dad because there's a reason for a mum and dad. Do you get it? I believe there's actually a reason for there to be a mum and a dad in the household. So I will never say that she can play both parts, but she can do a very, very, very good job.
Absolutely.
Do you get it?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
And like I said, maybe there's input from other places. I don't know. But definitely the dad's not being around. It is a thing. It is a thing. But then there's also like, as I was saying before, with the thing about kids not actually fearing their parents or having any respect for their parents. Sometimes the dad is very, very present, but he still has no control.
Whatless.
Because the child, not even that he's whatless, the child may be whatless. So the child is literally just on smoke, like just on doing whatever they want. They're not hearing, they're not trying to follow rules, etc. There's only so much that a dad can do in this society and the way we're living. Do you get it? So some parents, some dads are there, but their child is just wayward, like they're just on wherever.
What would you say to parents? I want to stay on this for a little bit longer, because the parents, like I said, the teachers, they go and get their qualifications, but do they have the training to do with these kids? Every parent is literally learning on the job. But my experience is, for whatever reason, mums can pick up the Trojan, if you like, a lot easier. I've seen more dads be non-present sometimes, and also almost like, I don't know what to do. I'm here, but I don't really know how to deal. So are we saying now that, I mean, every parent would think like what you're talking about if they were suggested that they should have some form of, training of how to deal with their kids. But is that something that the parents could benefit from? Because right now, like I see, there's a lot of families that are child-led.
Yeah.
The relationships are child-led. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that.
Listen, let me tell you something. On my Instagram, I got a like, a comment, and a follow one day, and I was screaming. And do you know who it was from? Super Nanny. Do you remember Super Nanny?
Yeah.
They used to go to people's houses. Her name was Jo Frost.
Yeah.
So she followed me on Instagram, and I was like, oh my God, like Super Nanny. And everyone was like, LA, you're so gassed. And I was like, yes, I'm gassed, because I grew up on this woman. And I actually feel like some parents do need somebody to come along and say, hello, this is not how your household is meant to be run. This is what is meant to be like.
But do you think they know? But do you think the parents know that that's not how it's supposed to be run? This is what I'm getting at. Do you think they know that?
That they're aware. They must be, because their children are probably knocking them in their head in one corner in the house here and got them under manners. Like, they must know what's going on. Their child is just ruling their house. They must know it don't go like that. No?
I'm going by what I
They
see.
must know.
And everything is, the child is literally dictating what they do, what they're not doing. And then the parent seems to just, yeah. You know,
That's
I mean,
madness.
example, I had a parent say, nah, school's just not for them. It's just not for them.
Yeah, but that's because school was probably not for the parent either. The parents probably are dunce in the first place. That's why the parents probably there saying, oh, school's not for them, because they probably thought, oh, school's not for me. Listen, school's not for everybody in general.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. It's not for everybody. But at the same time, as a parent, you're meant to understand the importance of school. So even if it's not for your child, you're still meant to encourage your child to do it, because you're meant to understand the importance of education. Do you get it? So if you're a parent and you're just helping your child along with their nonsense, like, oh, we don't like school, oh, he never liked it, oh, we don't like his teachers, oh, his teachers don't like... If you're just like that, your child is not going to be encouraged or feel the need to have to go and get an education, because they're going to feel like, well, my mum don't care, so why do I have to care?
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Because if the powers of your mum and dad are like, you ain't got to do that, son. Don't worry about that. If it's not for you, then... A teacher trying to tell you something is like, what
Let me tell you something. I have been in schools and I've told a child, you've got a detention. And the child has told me, yeah, right, we'll see about that. And I'm like, you've got a detention. What do you mean? You're coming to a detention? And they'll be like, well, my mum said I don't have to come to detentions. If a child tells you, my mum said I don't need to come to a detention, that's our power in the classroom. You've got a detention. You're going to lose some time of your own. If your parent has now told you, don't worry, you don't have to go to any detentions, I'll tell them you're not going, they ain't putting my son in a detention. If a parent is doing that, then you have no leg to stand on as a teacher, because you have nothing to draw for. It's like, you ain't got no ammo. Do you get it? Like, there's nothing you can do. Like, they don't care. And then some children, their parents will literally like just fight their back, like their corner, no matter what happens.
Yeah, I've seen that.
No matter what. Like, you could be trying to tell them like, look, this is detrimental to your child's learning, like the way they're behaving, and they'll be like, oh no, the teachers don't like him. Oh no, and I'm like, what do you mean the teachers don't like him? They probably don't by now because of all the trouble that he's caused them. But they're trying to help. Like, our job is to actually help. Do you get it? There's not any child, for me, I can only speak for me because there's wicked people out there, but there's never a time when you just see a child that don't like a child. Like, it doesn't work like that. Your job is to want to help every single child. Me, I'm usually the one that picks up all the kids that the teachers are actually like up to here with. And I'm like, come with me. And then all of a sudden it's like, they're a new person. What have you done to them? I'm like, listened. Did you get it? Spoke to them. Like, it's just that simple.
I mean, the last thing I saw, and we'll move on from after that, is that I went to a school and out of nowhere, this teacher just started screaming. Started shouting at a child. Nothing had happened apart from they were supposed to wait to go in a line. They didn't, that was it. And I feel like there's a lot of old school teaching still. And these kids are a lot more wise to it. Like, because really and truly, if we're having it right, you can't do nothing to a kid, really, if you have it right. But there was always a respect before. Like, I remember my deputies in my heads, I'd never, never say anything out of line or out of tone, because you just thought, and when you think about it, there was no real consequence, but it was a level of respect.
Listen, in my school, I remember I went to Fortismere, which was like quite an upper class school, top school in the league table, predominantly white in Muswell Hill, and I'm from Tottenham. So even when I'm in Tottenham and I'm telling people what school I went to, they're like, where? Like, what's that? They didn't know it. But I'm telling you, in our school, people used to mess around and stuff, but there was two teachers, Mr. Drinkwater, and Mr. Emerson. And I swear to you, Mr. Drinkwater and Mr. Emerson were just like, once they got involved in the situation, you knew that it was over. You were just shook. Forget your parents, forget everybody else. You were just shook when they got involved. There's not even that now. And you know what is mad as well?
I know what you're saying,
Sometimes there are schools where, it's mostly primary schools, but there are schools where they don't call the teachers Miss and Sir anymore. They just call them by their first name. So I remember being in a school and somebody said to me, oh, Lisa's coming down in a minute anyway. And I went, who's Lisa? And they went, oh, the head. And I said, huh? I was like, what?
I don't think I even knew my head's name.
Do you get it?
I don't think I even knew
Like,
his
even
name.
to find out a teacher's name, you're like, rah, that's her name. Like, you're excited. Do you know what I mean? Like, back in the day, that's how I felt. Now they literally just call them by their names. Like, so to me, that is wild. They're saying to me, what's my name? I even felt weird saying to them, like, LA. I'm like, what? They're calling me LA in the classroom. Sometimes I'll walk in my area and I will see them and they'll be like, hi, LA. And I'm thinking, who are you talking to? Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not used to that. In my culture, if I'm a big adult to you, you call me auntie or miss or something. Like, little kids are calling me LA. Like, my friend's sons, my son's friends who I've taught, they'll be like, I tell LA, I said hello. I said, no, we're not in school. Tell them Miss Auntie or Miss, because I'm not used to this. But in school, they would call me LA. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's a bit mad.
Yeah,
that's. Do you think that separation of authority is what's causing?
Yeah, things like that. That doesn't help. Yeah. Things like that do not help in my eyes. You think I could walk in school and be like, yo, Philip? Do you know what I mean? To my teacher, Mr. Drinkwater would string my neck like, come here. I said he used to drag kids then. He would be like, come here.
Yeah, that's missing. But can you imagine a teacher putting a hand on a pupil now? Mad. It would be absolutely crazy.
Crazy, man.
Okay, so that's the teaching. That was a good point. I like that. I like it the way it comes through. The next one I've got, because I know you're quite, open with stuff, is we're going to go through blended families first.
Okay.
Couple questions about blended families I want you to answer.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so husband and wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, husband and wife, 4 kids, 2 are with the current, 2 from out.
Okay.
Yeah, from a previous relationship. So there's 4 kids altogether.
Yeah.
Husband wants to treat the kids as a whole, want to go to Disneyland Paris.
Okay.
That's expensive, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just took my kids to Disney World. Yeah, I know the money, trust me.
He's saying, look, I want to take the kids, but can you get the kids' dad
to pay for them too?
To pay something towards it. 2 scenarios. There's a dad that is involved that says no, and there's a dad that's not involved that can't pay. Should the husband take all kids away or no kids at all if they can't get any financial help with the trip?
If they can't, she shouldn't take any away.
Wow.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm a sucker for like all kids being treated fairly. Do you know what I mean?
But at whose fault? So let me get this right. It's like it's $2,000 a head. It's $2,000 a head at least. Yeah.
It's mad.
And I'm going somewhere with this. Don't worry, I'm going somewhere with this. What I'm saying is, if you have a present father who's emotionally and financially involved with their kids, would you ask him?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Would you expect him to participate and help with that?
No, I wouldn't expect him to, but I would also kind of expect him to understand. Let's be honest. Like, I don't expect him to just be like, here's the money and just have it on tap. Yeah. But I would expect him to understand, like, your children's siblings are going here. I'd like to take them along. I just need some type of help. Like, I'd like him to also see the vision and understand, like, right, it's not going to be fair for my kids to be missing out and their siblings are going here. So I'd like the dad to have that kind of idea as well in his head, that he wouldn't want his kids to feel away and to want to help in that situation. Do you get it? But I wouldn't want to put it on him like, you have to do this. And then also, if he can't, and I knew it was a thing that we all wanted to do, then I'd have to find a way to make it happen, because I'm not going to let 2 of my kids go somewhere else. As the dad, he might not mind his kids coming and my kids not going. But as the mother, that's 2 of my kids going and 2 of my kids not going. I'm never going to have that. Do you get it? I will never have that. So
then you come back to me. Say it's me and you in this, yeah? You come back to me and go, you know what? He ain't going to pay. What we've got is what we've got. Yeah. So if all 4 can't go, we can't go.
We have to find a cheaper solution, somewhere where we can all go together at this time. Unless you want to take your 2 picnic and go. But I'm not coming with you and the 2 children, and then my 2 kids are what? At their grandma's house. Chilling.
I don't want to come across like a dick, but I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to think, you've got a guy who's running a family collectively, a big holiday for once of the year to go somewhere special, to create memories. It's now dependent on how involved or how willing someone external is to make that happen.
See, but this is the thing, it's hard for me because I could never be in this situation. Never. Do you know why? Because I'm the type of person, like, I make things happen myself. So yes, I may ask the dad for help, but if the dad couldn't help me, I'm making it happen. Do you get it? So it would never be a thing where it's like, oh, he's feeling like he can't do this, because I would understand that part. He wants to have a family holiday, whatever, I would get that. So I would then feel like, do you know what? I've got to make this happen. Do you get what I mean? And my kids will be there.
So yeah, you got to make it, but are you expecting your husband to make that happen as well? In that moment?
No, because it's not they're not his children.
Okay.
The bottom
No,
of
that's
the,
what I was,
the bottom line of it is, let's be real. Yes, we have a family. Yes, he's going to deal with them as his children and all the rest of it. But at the end of the day, no matter how we try to sugarcoat it, it's not his responsibility.
Okay,
so
good.
for me, I would never be like, well, you've got to pay for my other 2 kids. To me, that's wild. I know there's women who will be like that.
That's
But
what
to
that's
me,
the point.
to
That's
me,
where I'm
mad.
going with it, because
No. To me, that's mad. I wouldn't see it as something that he has to do or I'm expecting of him. If he wants to do the holiday, cool, pay for your 2 kids, I'll make it happen. I'll find a way for us to all enjoy, innit? And if we really couldn't, then I would come up with a solution of how we can go somewhere that we can all afford at this time. Do you get it? Until a time when we can. But that could never be me.
I think that's she answered that. I mean, that was good, because there's things out there where people are feeling away. Like, for instance, if me and you was in that situation and you've taken that high ground, listen, I understand that these are our kids, that they're not your kids. I know we're a family, but me as a man, the man that I am, I'm like, I'm not gonna let you try and figure that out. I just have to just pay for it.
Yeah.
Do you get where I'm coming from? But you also almost feel like no one's gonna let their woman just go away and find out how they're gonna figure this out. But I just feel like some men are in positions where it's like, I'm gonna have to pay for it anyway. Whether you pay for it or I pay for it, we are dealing with that, right?
Yeah.
So again, it comes back to people that are in blended families. It's like, I think
See, I'm such a, listen, with me, I'm on this flex of, if you are in a blended family and you have put your children together, each party has to treat each other's children as if they are their own. And they have to put themselves out for that child just like how they would for their own child, So for example, if it was the other way around and I wanted to do something and it was his kids, for example, if I wanted to do something for my kids and I wanted him to come along and I knew he had a child but he couldn't afford to bring his child, I would make it my duty to make sure that child comes, because I'm the same thing. I don't want them to be...
This is obviously not the common woman. I'm just being real. It's just not, because what you're saying is amazing, but that's just not reality. And it's great.
But because most women will have a problem with the mum. But that's not what, even if I've got a problem with the mum, the child is your child, isn't it?
Exactly.
So if I'm with you, you come with your child, that's your child I'm dealing with your child like how I deal with my children. Like, that's it. And I will there could be other things going on or whatever, but I will never make that child feel like they're out of place or they're not a part of this family. So I would want to go out of the way to make sure that child is able to come if he was happy with that child coming. Do you get it?
Yeah, man. You smashed that one still. That was good. That was good. No, that was good. Even the clap was like 10 minutes ago, but I swear that we could just clap again, no problem. Okay, so on the blended family, just quick fire, no big discussions. We talk about holidays. Christmases, everyone's treated the same, should come from you and your husband regardless of outside, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I don't celebrate Christmas, but yeah.
Okay, cool. But if that was the case, okay. Extracurricular activities.
What about them?
Is that joint? As in, it's us and all 4 kids?
That's a bit mad, because I'll tell you why. It's like me and my partners together. I've got a daughter and a son. My son does football, my daughter does gymnastics. I think it will be a bit crazy of me to be coming to him to be like, can you pay for my daughter's gymnastics? I think that's something that her dad should do.
Yes, exactly.
Do you get it?
Okay, cool. All right, cool. I want to use the 4 because I think the 4 is relevant for me for now. Yes, we've got the 4 kids. Yeah. Our 2 kids together do a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Your other 2 kids from your other partner, they want to do horse riding. They want to do this. They want to do that.
Yeah.
He can't afford that.
Yeah.
But then it's like, do we take on that burden now where it's
this
like these other 2 kids have got these mad extracurricular activities they want to do?
But this is the issue. Can I tell you, this is my fear, about ever having multiple children's fathers. Yeah, like having a baby dad and baby dad and baby dad. I could not deal with that. Yeah, and I'm telling you the reason why. My kids, their dad is amazing. Yeah, I literally sing his praises all day long, all the time. He's actually amazing. Yeah, we're not together, but I will never fault him, like, ever. So you see, because I know how good he is, my fear is having a child with somebody who doesn't do what he does for my kids. So this is my fear. So if I was to be in that situation, I know me personally, I would have to know, look, if my kids over here with this guy are doing whatever they're doing, me, myself, without the help of the father, because I can't rely on him, even though he would help, but I just wouldn't rely on him. I would have to know that if I'm going to go into a blended family unit, that I can afford to make sure that my 2 kids from my previous relationship keep up with every single thing that's going on with those 2 kids, because I'm never going to make them sit down and be like, this my 2 siblings got this life and my life was rubbish because my dad was a mess. Do you know what I mean? It's never going to be that. I would never allow it, because I don't want children to be looking at, like them 2 to be looking at the other 2 thinking, oh, look at this, like they get to go here all the time and they get to go do this all the time. I would have to compensate.
Okay, and now let's flip it back the other way. This has all been on your side, okay? Now we've got a father. Say, let's make it a bit more realistic. So you got 2 kids, one with previous, one with current. I'm from previous. You guys are going on these holidays. I don't get any of these holidays for whatever reason. Either I'm not in a position to, or whatever it is. Do you think that affects men's mental health? Kids that get to experience certain things that they probably can't provide, or in some cases don't have the authority to take their kids away.
Does it affect a man? 100%. Especially if they can see another man making it happen. So if you're like the ex, for example, I'm with the new guy, me and the new guy are flying away every second. Yeah. He's able to step in and help your kid go away because you can't help. That can damage a man, of course it can. Because it's basically making him feel like he's unable, unless he's just a guy that doesn't care. But if he actually cares and wishes that he could, but actually can't, but to see another man doing it for him, that could be quite devastating, I think.
And what's your thoughts if he had an issue with you taking your 2 child away with your family based on that?
He's moving mad. He's lost it. He's lost it, man. He's lost it. Because why? I'm their mum. Like, they're coming away with me. Yeah, this man is caring for them enough to even want to go away with them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you're lucky that there's a man that actually cares enough to want to go on holiday with me and your children. He don't have to care about your kids. Do you know what I mean? He wouldn't be around if he didn't, but do you know what I mean? He doesn't have to. Yeah. Like, let's be honest. Like, you should be, if you're a man as an ex and there's a new man that's come along that actually treats your kids right, I think you should be so grateful. Because there are some men who come around and see that you got kids and they don't care about your kids at all. They just care about the woman. Do you know what I mean? So if there's actually a guy who really actually checks for your children, I think as a man, you should be rating that. Like, that should be something like, oh, okay, cool, go, have a good time. But as I said, if he's in a position not to be, where he can't do it, I can see that even though he's saying, go ahead, do it, it could be quite hurtful. Do you get it? Yeah. And I'd feel a bit of a way maybe. But I care about people's feelings. So I'd be on my holiday thinking, oh, poor him. You know what I mean? And a part of me will be thinking, fix up, go get a job, man. What are you doing? No, but yeah.
Okay. And what about dads that just disappear?
They are crazy. To me, they're mad. Because how can you just have a child and you just disappear and leave them? If a woman done that, they'll say it's mental health and put her in a mad home.
What if the woman makes it that difficult?
If a woman makes it that difficult, then she's going to have some questions to answer when the kids are older, innit? Because when the kids are older, they're going to ask what's going on. And then if the dad happens to be able to tell them, listen, I wanted to be there, but your mum was a madhead. Like,
but do you understand why dads do that, though? Yeah. The headache they go through, the stress. And they say, listen, I don't agree with it, but I'm starting as I'm getting older to understand. I understand why some guys just go, okay, cool.
I'm finished.
You want to do, cool, no problem.
Yeah, because some women use their kids as a weapon. And then when they do, sometimes it can actually be like really hurtful to the guy, to the point where they can't actually take it anymore. Like I heard a story recently about a woman, like I know somebody, he was with somebody and it's their new partner. So his ex, their new partner, she was like not helping him, not letting him see the kids and all of that stuff, and he was begging to see the children, wanted to be back with her, and she wasn't having it. He committed suicide.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Wow. And
All
I
of
think
that is mad.
the serious point on that is, you know, I was in a situation where I didn't see my little girl for 6 months, and I can't even tell you how painful that was. However, even after, you still try. You know, you try to do what you need to do to see your kid and spend time with your kids. But the men that actually don't get that, I couldn't imagine. I mean, for someone to take their own life, I mean, it must have been. And, you know, there's many stories. And I think my question to you as a woman is that what I find now when people, as you've said a couple of times, are a bit mad or gone wild, is that there's never anyone close enough to grab them by the neck and say, what are you doing? It's like everyone around them allows the behavior to continue.
The woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They allow, I mean, the men get it. Oh, you're a piece of shit. You're a waste of space. You're a waste man. You're this. They'll get that. But you very, 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 very rarely hear it the other way around. Where
Unless they've got a friend like me, because I will tell them, let the man see his child. Like, let the man see his child. Even if he's not going to be there, cool, whatever. Just let him come, see the child go. Like, whatever it is, just let him see the child. Only because I am one of those people who will think about the future and think, if your child gets older and the dad says, I wanted to see you, but your mum was not letting me see you, how are you going to, what's that discussion going to be like?
I don't think the kid would believe it, personally.
No, but some do.
Because that kid would have been with the mum for so many years that I think they'd find it very hard to believe that what this woman who's raised me stopped you seeing me.
No, but I know people in my big age now who have said things like that, like, oh, I don't rate my mum for what she done because I know she kept my dad from seeing me. I can kind of maybe get it, but I don't rate it. Yeah. But it is what it is now, innit? Like, you're older. Yeah. So I do know people who have had, like, been through that in their younger years.
Okay.
And they accept that their mum actually was the one stopping their dad from seeing them. Like, it just is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So my parents are together, so I've never been through that yet. But my friend, I've got a lot of friends who don't have their parents together, and I've heard it all kinds of ways. Do you know what I mean? So
it's difficult. It's difficult. And when people split up, I want to get your take on this one. This one I've been looking forward to. I like this one.
Gear up for this one.
I like this one. Okay. So you split up.
Yeah.
You obviously hypothetically, or no, you've ever split. So when you come to splitting what a man should give a woman for their child, in your eyes, forget the law, yeah. In your eyes, what is that money for? In your eyes, he gives you £600 a month. What is that for?
Just towards anything that's got to do with maintaining this child.
Okay.
Literally.
Now, barrier crossed or not, in your opinion, if you've agreed that, and that individual keeps asking for more, but you know that the kid could be and more likely is used as a weapon if you don't, agree. What would your advice be to the men out there that are going through that?
Give the woman what she think that she should have, or what was agreed. And if she stops you from seeing the child after that, there's nothing that you can do. Go to the courts. I don't know. I don't know.
The courts.
Go to the courts.
Do you want to get some court prices right now?
I don't know. I don't know how that works, because I've never been involved. So I actually don't know how that works. Is it expensive? I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably
it's expensive, all right.
Do you know what it is? Yeah,
I just don't know where the mentalities come from. Like you just said, that you said some really good, strong, grounded words of, I wouldn't rely on. He does help. He's a good dad, but I'm never going to be like, because the way I see it is, if I die tomorrow, what you can't function. That's why I see it. Yeah. If I die tomorrow, you can't look after my kids.
Yeah.
So the way I think some men are used, I think is wrong. I mean, we don't really hear about it the other way. I think I've heard one case where it's the other way around, where it's actually someone I know actually, where she was actually paying because the kids stayed with dad.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm one of the cases I've seen.
But then it's like, everyone's got such different like ideas of stuff like that. It's like some people say to me, oh, how much does your kid's dad give you? And then they'll be like, oh, he only gives me this. Is that all right? Is that all right? But then he pays for this and this and this. I just think it depends on what the agreement is with the the kids, because he will give me money, for example, for the kids or whatever. But anything I ask for him for the kids, he will do it mostly.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's for the kids. But
Yeah.
if I just started asking him for mad amounts of money, he'd be like, "What are you doing over there? Like getting your nails done or something?"
Okay,
Like,
he'd be
wondering like.
Kevin Hart, true story. Kevin Hart moment, true story. If you were you're with someone now, right? You would say, okay, cool. Say his ex messaged him at 6 o'clock in the morning and sent him a screenshot of a bank account saying, "Can you help?"
What do you mean?
I'm just giving you an example. He woke up to a screenshot of his ex's bank account,
Yeah.
and then underneath it said, "Can you help?" Because they were in their overdraft.
Okay, so my thing would be for what? What is it for? What's the help for?
There's no other information. It's just help.
Okay, and the question following that is for what?
And if there was nothing tangible for the kids,
then everyone's lost it. Everybody's lost it. Because what are you doing? You can't just be messaging my man's phone talking about, "Can you help?" Can you explain? That's the next question. What are we helping for? What is it for? If she turned around and said anything to do with the child, yeah, go. Well, of course, send the money ASAP. Do you get it? But if she said, I need to go out on the weekend and I haven't got money, I'd say, young lady, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with you right now. But yeah, if it's anything to do with the kids, cool. Like, pay the money.
Question. Let's say both parents are equally good to the kids. There's no complications within that.
Yeah.
What's more important in your mind, the kids to go to the mum or the dad, and whose choice is that? Is it the kid's choice?
So if you broke up?
They broke up, but equally there's no issues with the parents, both parents' relationships with the children.
Yeah.
Whose choice is to go where?
The children should go to their mum.
The children should go to their mum.
Yeah.
I agree.
And do the kids have any say in that whatsoever?
No.
Or is it-
No.
How old are they? How old are they?
Let's say one's a teen, one's younger, and then two are teen and one younger. Let's say.
Mum.
No, they're going to their mum still.
Yeah. However, I put a caveat in there though, because I think the years you mentioned, which women do fantastically, is nurture. Yeah. Dads are more disciplinarians that I think is very, very needed. But I think the nurturing from a woman can't be can't be done by a man. However, if you guys are not seeing Boys in the Hood, so I'm not gonna bore you with it, but there comes a time I think a son needs to be with their dad. Not indefinitely, but there's a period of learning, a period of discipline, and a period of how to become a man that's really important, that I still believe that a woman can't do to that extent. But the beginning part, mum will do. Any dad for me, unless obviously you give him a good example, they're both fine, they're both cool. But if the mum is on madness, I still would question why you'd still go to the dad, because there's some things you can't do as a dad that mums can do from a long period of time that a child needs. Because dad's mentality is to go out and get it and be there when you need to be there for certain things. When a woman is there literally all the time, the nurture, the bringing up, the love, all that stuff I think is really important. But as I say, there comes an age where a dad is very, very important. And if he's not there at those important times, that's where we see kids that don't go straight into a man. They stay for a kid for a longer period than they need to. Would you agree?
Yeah.
We agreed on that one. That was good, that one, isn't it? We was all in agreement with that. That was cool. That was cool. Okay, so a couple quick fire questions now.
Cool.
Over 40s, mums or dads, if you're over 40 and got kids, should you be at festivals?
Yeah, why not? I go 51st State. There's grannies in there, bro. Shaking their leg with their grey hair. I see one woman with a walking stick. I said, yo, she's doing better than me out here. I swear down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did some filming that I've never seen so many grandmas.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm telling you, 51st
Grandmas?
Honestly,
State.
there's couples that look like 60.
Literally.
They're having it off.
I'm telling you.
Do they look 60 though?
Yes. They look 60. They look 65. They're out there, man.
Okay.
Go and enjoy your life. Listen, I'm a big advocate for enjoying your life, you know, until the last day. Like,
Okay.
enjoy it.
Okay. Parents that rave and drink with their kids.
With their kids.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the age, man. If like I'm 36, if I went out with my mum and I've been out with my mum now in my older age.
You're a big woman now, though.
But that's
We're
what I'm
talking
saying.
about-
So that
we're
is
saying,
fine,
like,
but younger,
daughter
no.
in their late teens, 20s. No, I'm in agreement with you. I'm just trying to make sure we're sitting in the same industry. That was all.
I don't like the idea of that.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's when the wires get crossed, yeah. And then when you're trying to discipline your child, she don't think that you can tell her anything.
Okay, what's come to light for me from some of the people that I've seen, because for me, my kids will never ever see me drunk. They'll never even see me drinking alcohol like that. They won't see, for me, their hero in that way. Okay, that's just my preference. But when I've sort of questioned certain individuals that have allowed kids to drink or drink around them, you know what they're saying to me? They're saying, well, if they don't do it with me,
then outside.
Yeah. I mean,
forget all that. Because, that's a load of nonsense. Forget all that. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I grew up with around certain people, and that was the case, yeah. Their mum would be like, oh, well, I'd let them smoke because it's better they do it with me than go out there and do it with anyone else, and then they don't know what they're smoking. Oh, it's better they bring their boyfriends home to me, and then at least I know what they're doing, and they're in my house with the bedroom door open, and at least they're not out at someone else's house. And I used to think to myself, your parents are nuts. Like, I proper used to think your parents are nuts. Like, do you think my mum would have a bag of kids in her yard just smoking because she prefers that it's substances she can see? Like, it's crazy. It's just like, you're just condoning nonsense, really, innit? And I feel like sometimes them parents, they're just wishing that they were young again. They want to be involved. They miss their youthful days. They wish that they were involved. Like,
that's very, very true, and I've seen it with my own eyes. But
I think it's mad.
Okay, so that's inside. But if you say you went to a pub or a place of that sort of entity, and your son's 17, 18, or your daughter's 17, 18, and the dad's having a beer, you're having a wine, they want to grab a beer, is that cool?
I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all. I'm not saying that, like, maybe a one-off drink, or I don't know, let's say you've gone out, you're on your way home, you pass, I don't know, Weatherspoons, let's go inside. You go and you have a drink, you order a drink, your child orders a drink. Even saying that your child orders the drink sounds mad to me, yeah? But let's just say, maybe a one-off, you'll say, I had a drink, he's 18 now, innit? I let him have a little drink, cool, whatever, maybe it's that. But if, like, you're going out, like, your thing is on a Friday night, we're all on the bear and my son's coming along, to me, that is nuts.
Okay,
like, I'm
just not putting out there, obviously, I've got 3 very cute Caucasian-looking individuals here, so I'm going to ask you a question. Did you guys drink with your family?
Yeah. My mum has the exact mindset that you said.
Is it?
Crazy, literally that exact mindset. Like, and she'd rather us do it at our house.
Yeah.
Do it elsewhere.
See, but to me, that's mad. To me, that is mad.
I do feel like it depends on the child though. If like naturally, like you're like really well behaved and you are that sort of, well, I feel like if it's a naughty child, there's definitely more rules you have to put in. But like for me, like, I'll go to the pub with my dad. I go to concerts with my dad in his house and we have a drink.
I think going to the pub with my dad is probably one of the closest.
I drink with his dad.
I get very close, like with my dad just going for a drink. Like it's like a very.
Listen.
I think it is a cultural.
This is a white people thing, guys. Let's call a spade, yeah?
It's cool.
It's fine for you, look. It's cool.
It works. You've got a great relationship with your dad. Please.
That's like bonding time, yeah?
So we go up to the pub with like my dad, his dad, our other mate's dad, his dad and all that, and we'll all just have a drink.
Yeah, but you're not getting smashed with your dad, though?
No, they are.
Your delivery is a lot more subtle when you went, me and my dad, we bond, we go.
No, they're carrying each other. They're carrying each other home at the end of the night.
Bez.
No, that's funny. No, but do you know what, yeah? I think, like, as I said, the school I went to, Fortismere, I feel like, to me, like, I saw all of that, but it literally, to me, was, like, growing up, like, that's a white people thing. Like, people do, like, they do that. Like, they do it. But that's not to say, because On the other hand, you do have some parents who, and like I said, I just think it's because they just miss their youth and they want to be kids again. But you do have some Caribbean parents. I wouldn't say African parents, because I've never come across an African parent like that, yeah? But there are some Caribbean parents that I've seen who do things like that. So then, but then in that case, it's like a wow. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not normal for our culture. Because I feel like even in our culture, it's like you grow up with rules like children are to be seen and not heard. You know, if an adult's having a conversation, you can't just come and have a conversation and talk in the middle of it. If your mum's friends come over, his auntie and his uncle, like in our culture, I feel like there's a clear difference between adult and child. They're one of the main sayings is like, me and you's not age, or we're not size. Do you understand? So I feel like with that blends that age group, innit? When you start doing things like that together. So I think it's a thing that we as a culture don't really do. But then my white friends, it's normal.
Yeah, but I do feel like as a culture, I think it's gotten worse, the parenting in our culture, 100%. I feel like the old like Cockney culture, my parents are quite Cockney, it was a lot more children are, you know, do what I do, not as do as I say. That we've lost that Cockney thing, we've lost that, and I feel like a lot of like Caucasian families are losing that barrier. I think that's a problem definitely in our culture.
People want to be, I mean, I do a lot of work in school doing a similar thing here. And it's like, you hear like all of the parents are now want to be best mates with their kids.
Exactly.
This person of, okay.
Do you think that's because they feel like they're losing their kids though?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what I don't know if COVID had an impact, because there is a set amount of kids that I think COVID had a massive impact with, where you've got these primary school kids that are now year 9, just out of nowhere. And that created a massive issue because they still haven't had that school upbringing life.
I've seen a lot more bubble wrap with parents than I've ever seen with their kids at the moment. Like, and that's for fear as well. Don't get me wrong, it's for fear and being scared.
It was always right until proven not. That in my experience at school, like if I come home with red comment and I'm going like, no, but this teacher is actually like been saying to like he's actually doing something wrong. This like no, he's not. And then he gets the parents evening, and then if it follows suit, like, okay, I'm sorry.
Cool.
But you never ever. But now it's like kids go to school and they're like, oh no, you just don't like my kid. And it's like, it's insane to me.
Literally.
I think like you can't come in saying to a teacher, oh, you don't like my kid, because that's someone, again, like what you were saying earlier, like that is someone that you need to be having a respect for.
I think it's good to have the discipline heavy. I had it when I was younger. So as I'm older, I'm more friendly with my dad now. But from a young age, it was more like he was a very authoritarian figure. Now I've got older, a little bit more like
But yeah, with age, I think it does get a bit like that, innit? But still, like, it's like in my old age, like, I've got friends, and they're my age, I'm 36, and they do things like smoke in front of their parents. And I'm like, what? Even in my big age, like, I'm in shock. And they'll be like, no, my mum's fine. Like, you can have a drink with my mum. I'm like, not me. You're mad. She will never see me drink. And they're looking at me like, Elaine, you got 2 kids. You're a big woman. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. That's auntie. Do you know what I mean? Even in my big age now. So I just think it's different.
Okay. Well, this has been interesting so far. The next thing I've got is away from family. I think we've talked about family enough, and we understand that you are you and we are we. That's the way it's going to be. Okay, we're at a restaurant. LA.
Yeah.
You're at a restaurant with your friends. The bill comes.
Yeah.
Someone tries to take out a pen, a pad, and a calculator.
At least be a bit more discreet. I'm with you, but be a bit more discreet.
What is your next form of action when you witness this?
Yeah. I don't know, like, really a pen and a pad, like, we're doing real...
I've seen it. I've literally seen it, and I've heard, well, we don't have any kids, and all these kids ate all this ice cream, and we didn't have as much alcohol. When I say alcohol, it was like that. It wasn't like it was like that. And the woman tried to give an exact number with pennies on the end of what everyone should, or what they're paying.
That's a bit. Do you know what it is, yeah? This is a techie one. And the maddest thing is I was going to do a video about this about 3 days ago, because I had a conversation with my friend. Like, I've been to a dinner before where I've hardly eaten anything. Everybody's ordered all kinds of lobster, this, that, all kinds of cocktails. I've had my one little drink and a starter. The bill comes, the bill's about £400. And then somebody's like, oh yeah, we'll just split it. We'll just split it. And I'm looking at them like everybody's lost it because I never ate all of this food, yeah? And they're looking at me to pay like £100 and literally what I've ordered may be about 20 quid. Do you get what I mean? If it's that, I'm looking at it like, oh, this is mad. But you know, because I can't take embarrassment, yeah, I would probably just pay it. This is the thing. For me to actually start, the ego would make me pay it. The ego would make me pay it. I can't lie, because I wouldn't be. If everyone else was doing calculations, I'd be like, "I thank God," because I ain't on that. Do you get what I mean? Let me get my little phone out. I ain't taking out the pad and the pen.
But people aren't stupid, yeah. People aren't stupid. If you're going to dinner with these people, they're your people, right? You don't go dinner with anyone, right? Yeah. So these people will know. But I know Eddie's not actually had too much still. So okay,
so I've been in that situation where somebody's actually been like, no, actually, Els, you didn't really have nothing much, so you pay 50 and I'll pay the other. I've had that, okay, which is cool. Yeah. But then, for example, you're saying like, you know, the people you go to dinner with. This is why I don't like birthday dinners, because I might not know you, but I don't know your stupid friends. Yeah. So when your friends start ordering the whole entire place and then want to tell me about I gotta share pay, mad. I'm looking like, I don't even know you.
I don't. Whoa. True story. Kevin Hart moment again. Listen to this one, right? Went to a dinner with my ex-wife and with her friend's partner and all of his friends. Okay. They were like, he's like a football agent of some kind, yeah? So, nice little dinner. Okay. This is where it gets interesting. So, the 3 people that come on behalf of, the 4 people that come on behalf of him, it was 2 boys and 2 girls. Now, they're right opposite us, so we can see everything that's going on. Yeah. Not that we were watching, but it was very obvious what was happening. Before the meals come, they'd done 2 bottles. Yeah. By the time the meal came, had another bottle and 2 cocktails and some starters. Okay. Never had their meal. Our meal was dead, but we still paid for it, yeah? Cool. It was what it was. Now, everyone's paid, yeah? Everyone split it, we paid it. Imagine this now. I've seen the two across from us, yeah?
I'm laughing already.
Go in their pocket. Yeah. And put down £40 between them.
They are mad.
They put 40. So imagine this one now. So this boy whose birthday is, yeah, he's going around collecting everyone's money. The guy on the machine's going around tapping whoever, tapping. They've put the £40 down. Other people's the money. So when he goes to the top of the table to go back to where he started, the birthday boy and the waiter, they're like, oh yeah, you still owe £285. And he's like, but I've been around the whole table. I don't understand. Like, everyone's tapped, everyone's given and he's scratching. And me and her are like, boy.
Because you could see exactly what happened.
But I'm like, that is your boy.
Yeah.
And you put £40. The wine that they drank didn't even come to £40.
But this is the thing. Like, you cannot be ordering with your whole chest, yeah? And you don't have the funds for your order.
No. This is where it gets sticky. I think they had the funds.
But they were just being...
They were just not...
It was all on everyone else.
Let me just... And the audacity, the way they put it down was like, almost like, yeah, that's for me. The rest of these guys don't pay. That's the way it come across. Because the £40 weren't going nowhere.
Do you know what, yeah? This is... To me, I think that this stuff is it's a dangerous territory. Yeah? I had a birthday dinner once and I thought everybody had paid for what they had. We didn't do the split bill thing. We just did, look, the guy's going to come around, tell him what you had, pay for it, yeah? So that's how it was. At the end, the man said there was £600 left. £600. Wow. I looked at this man and I said, what? The man was like, £600. I'm saying £600. But these times, somebody I know, their friends had ordered a couple bottles and a couple of things, and I was thinking, but they paid, from what I saw, they paid for the bottle that they had. Yeah. So I was still confused. I was like, what's going on? And I was literally getting to the point where, like I said, can't take the embarrassment. I was going to pull out my card and pay it. I was fuming. I was thinking, if I pay this, nobody better talk to me for the rest of the day. Nobody. I'm getting home. Don't talk to me. But then one of my friend's friends, one of the guys that was there who did buy bottles and stuff, just said, you know what, slap it on this. And he literally paid the £600. I didn't even know him. He was a friend's friend and he paid it. But I was thinking, because I can't deal with this, everyone's standing here, everyone's looking like, who's going to pay this money? I couldn't take it. I was just going to pay it. Yeah. But I think that people should just pay for like whatever it is that they have ordered just to avoid any type of confusion. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And especially this whole like, let's just split the bill. It's mad because you don't know what someone's gone through to come to that dinner. Some people have come and they're on their last pennies, but they had to come to support or whatever. Then Tutu's there at a table and everyone's saying, oh, we'll just split it. And it's £75 each and the person's come out with £30.
It's true on that one. But let's go back a step. You know where you're going. I had someone do a video on this that I saw a little while ago. Don't go somewhere if you can't. Just stay at home.
Yes.
Because if you're going somewhere up London, you know full well. Like it's gonna be, even if everyone orders the same thing, when you come to split that, it's still like.
But at the same time, you could say that, and I hear that as well. Have money in your pocket if you're going out. Don't be going out and you don't have money in your pocket. I'm with that. But at the same time, they might have had money in their pocket enough for them to eat what they knew they wanted to go and eat. So let's say, for example, they knew they were going to get a meal and a drink and a whatever. That could be £100 for them. But they knew that that's what they wanted. Now everyone's splitting the bill is £300. Do you get it? No one, that person never came out with £300. They came out with enough money for them to have their food, maybe even a little spending money on the side. But it was for them. Like not for this decision that's been made on them.
I do think this whole thing is again, we're going to flip it back to this culture over here because I think it's only an issue for us. Because let's be honest, boys, when you go out, do you have an argument about a bill ever or disagreement?
Sometimes, because a few of them lot are at uni and a few of them not. So sometimes us non-uni lot have the more money to pay. Maybe let's just split it because it's easier.
Shall I give you a joke?
Yeah, then you got lobster.
Yeah, and then like,
You got lobster. Let me give you a joke, You can tell. Let me give you a joke, One time I was working in Canary Wharf, and they said, oh, we're going to go to the pub after work, and we're going to go to the pub, So I was thinking, all right, then cool. So I've gone to this pub, and I never go out with people for work drinks, I said, let's go. I went out to the pub, and I'm sitting in the pub now, and we've got there, the first guys come, oh, yeah, what does everybody want? Da, 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 da. So the next time's come now, right? And someone goes, oh, I'll get this round. And I sat there and I went, oh my God, I'm out with white people. They're gonna all be talking about whose round it is. I said, next minute it's gonna be my round. I said, Lord have mercy. I was thinking, I hope the money coming from this payment at work, because I'm broke right now.
Oh my God, that is so, do you know what? I didn't know.
Because we don't do that round business.
Until I worked up in London Bridge, I didn't know what a round was. And I boxed, so imagine. So they're like, oh yeah, I'll get this round. What does that consist of? What does that consist? And he's literally going round to every single person. I was like,
then you sit there thinking, it's going to be my turn soon. Rah.
And imagine, again, not come across like a Grinch, but I don't even drink. I don't drink. I'm apple juice and maybe a Coke or a lemonade. So I don't drink, especially when I was up London Bridge. So I'm like, I got to like.
You start to think about it.
I'm never gonna have enough Cokes or apple juices is gonna amount to what everyone else is gonna have. But it's just like your turn. And you always know when it's your turn without even knowing. There's no that you just know. Okay, this is my round. Okay, shit.
Listen.
Okay, but I think and I think people that work with me that watching this and know me will understand this as well. Is that I think that taught me something because now we'll go out for food. Me and my work lot. I'll pay and leave. They won't even know.
Oh, my friend does this, and I'm learning.
Like,
my friend does this.
And they'll be like, right, Mark's just gone. Because it's not even to come across like you're anything, but it's more like, you know what? These are my people. We all share it. He sometimes pays. I'll just leave and pay, and it's not even a thing. And I think that's what taught me from working up London. It was like, it's just what you do. Yeah, do you get where I'm coming from? And it's like, as long as people ain't taking the piss, which generically people don't. They don't. If you're going out, you're going out. If you know you're going out with Tommy Drinks, bring your card because you know he's not going to stop his drinking habit because it's your round. Do you know where I'm coming from? So the company you keep and you choose to go out, like we said before, if you don't have it or you don't want to, do not go. And I obviously stopped going after a while because I was like, I can't keep doing this. Like Thursday and Friday, they're going to the pub. Yeah. That wasn't even it's not in my, it wasn't in my makeup to do that sort of stuff.
I don't mind paying and just like covering it if it's like my people or whatever. Do that and then whatever. But sometimes I'm literally out with like strangers and they're just doing the most. And have you ever been out and you actually realize that someone has noticed like, okay, cool, this is going to be one of them split tables. Let me just order everything. And the person starts ordering all kinds of things and you're thinking, I know you wouldn't be ordering all of that if you were just here by yourself.
know,
but because
exactly.
you know it's about
It's
to be
split, yeah.
you're ordering like, you're mad.
Do you know what's mad? I went to Cosmos in Romford years ago, and this is when I actually thought, wow, people have got chests that I've never seen. It was Cosmos in Romford. At the time, it was £13.50, yeah? Eat as much as you want, yeah? Obviously, so you could tell they got some form of drinks. This family, yeah, was the tables from here to where you guys are at the back there, that's how long the table was, full up. When the bill come, they had every complaint. They had every issue. They didn't want to pay a penny, but they've boxed off the whole
Bare
food.
food.
It was like, it's not like you tasted something. When I say there was ice cream, there was desserts. So that part, I was like, right, this is mad. But I respect the guy that owned it. He wasn't having it. So, okay, I'll call the police then. He wasn't having it. He's just cool. And I was just like, you actually sat there for over an hour eating
Ate the
bare
people's food.
and then said, you know what? It wasn't that nice, you know. The kids didn't like it. The kids there dropping ice cream everywhere, eating it, dropping it, whatever. And another time was my ex-wife as well. And she actually called me to send her some money because she thought something was a bit mad. She bought cash because she would, you know, bring enough money to go out. Because then, you know what I'm saying? So she said, can you send me some money? I was like, why? She goes, basically, they went to Gaucho's and the bill come. They first wanted to contest the service charge, which by law you haven't got to pay, but this was before this law come in. This is just what you get for people bringing your food. Do you know what I mean? In Gaucho's, they come and show you the meat. They do the whole shebang there. It's not like a Nando's anyway. So they disputed that. That went on for 20 minutes. And then the girl then split the bill. And one of the girls at the time, I've never seen this since at a restaurant in my life. She brought out pound coins and pennies.
What?
In Gaucho's.
She didn't.
So she's texted me, can you send me 50 quid, please? I went, yeah, no problem. Sent her 50 quid and obviously, but I was just like, do you think people just don't care? Do you think they think, fuck it?
Mental.
But then I keep thinking, maybe these people have got more money than me then, because if that's their mentality with everything, yeah, they must have a bank full of money.
Do you know, yesterday I was actually clearing out my house and I found loads of coins everywhere, yeah? And I had a little pouch full of loads of coins and I was thinking, I want to get rid of these. I need to go to like the sweet shop and just buy like some stuff and just pay them with all these pennies and coins. And I was thinking, I need to go in the nighttime when nobody's in there because that's embarrassing. And you're telling me someone done this at Gaucho at the table?
Pulling out, and she's like pulling out pound coins, £2 coins and 50 pence, like to make. I was just like,
no decorum.
I was like, what the hell, man?
Crazy.
The only reason I use coins is at the pub, we call it pub jingles.
Okay.
Where,
You guys have got mad games, man.
What's all this?
Can't you just, when you jingle, you got to buy a beer or something?
No, so you have to, it's just like, it feels, because obviously coins, you never use coins, so
Yeah.
it feels like free money.
Yeah.
So you get like, you go, all right, boys, I'll get you a drink, and I've got jingles, so it doesn't really count. So you just put like, it feels that pint is for free.
Okay.
But apart from that, I'm not using coins.
Well, yeah, no, that's mad. That is embarrassing.
Jingles. Yeah.
Imagine a woman though.
She couldn't even call me because she was at the table. She had to text it to me and be like, can you just send me 50 quid? I was like, yeah, no problem. I'll send that to you now. It was,
That's mad.
If
Can you imagine? I'm thinking now if I went on a date with like a guy, for example, and a guy pulled out coins and all that to start paying at the table, it would be the last time he sees me in his life. He wouldn't even walk past me in the street. I will get...
Does a guy pay on the first date?
Does he have to? He should.
Okay.
He should.
Do you offer?
Maybe.
Knowing he's going to say no?
Knowing. 100%. And if he allowed me, I'm vexed. Because you fell for it.
You know when someone goes, look, I'll pay, and they're going to say no. And they go, yeah, cool, we'll split that then.
Can you imagine? Oh, devastating. No, but I tell you, if he pulled out the coins, I'd have to say something. I'd be like, babe, like, what's happened? I'd have to say, I'm trying to be nice, but I'm questioning like the sanity here. Okay. Literally.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like food though, like people, if my food comes up wrong, I'm not saying I'm still eating it, but like some people make something.
Oh no, people love that part. Oh my God. The thing is, I think if it depends what you're paying. Like I went to somewhere recently and I was not impressed with the food, but it was a hell of a lot of money. And I was like, the one in Brentwood would have been perfect. Do you get what I mean? It's like a quarter of the price. And But some people just want to make an argument for everything.
Do you know what though? Yeah, I hate going out with people and then they're rude to the waitresses
that's
or
the
waiters,
wrong
and I'm
person.
literally like, they're gonna spit in my food because you're running up your mouth to them. Like, let them do their job. Sometimes I don't like the food, and I might say, oh, like I tried to say it in the nicest way, like, oh, I'm so sorry, but I don't like this. I'll try and do it nicely. But if it's really bad and I know that my complaint's gonna be mad, I'll just wait till the end and then tell them at the end. And then more time they'll be like, all right, we'll take it off the bill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, speaking of all that, we've got another quick question. Do you think it'd be nice, you might, if you turn around and go, I'll do that, it's going to be really good to hear, and be honest if you do it, yeah? Is it okay for the man in the world to occasionally have, or to be treated and have a princess day? And what I mean by that, let me elaborate what I mean by that is, we're doing this, get that, I've got it covered, let's go.
Yeah, I love all that.
Do you do that?
I do that all the time.
I knew she was gonna say.
Yeah,
What did I say?
love it.
I knew she was gonna say that, didn't I? Like, the reason I'm saying this is because I had an experience which I think, I wouldn't say it scarred me. I'm a big boy, but you know when you go out for your birthday, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you expect to pay?
Did the girl make you pay for your birthday?
Yeah.
On your birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened. But the thing is, I've got friends, like I've got a lot of male friends, and they will say to me, I'm not going out on my birthday, man, because I always end up paying on my birthday. Like, and I'm like, the girl looks at you to pay on your birthday.
Yeah.
To me, that's mad.
Yeah.
But I guess some girls are like, boy, it's the rule, innit? Men pay. That's what they think.
But I wouldn't have gone out.
That's mad.
I would have chilled.
Yeah.
Like, key example, yeah?
Especially if it's her idea to take you out and then she turns around and you have to pay. That is mad.
Kevin Hart, true story. So basically, let's go to this hotel. I was like, cool, let's book the hotel. I kind of knew that was coming, but I thought, I like that hotel. I wanted to go there anyway, yeah? Here's where it gets tricky. I get X for my birthday. She buys me X. I'm like, thanks for that. Cool. I really want to look nice for your birthday and get my hair done.
Wow.
X is now, I'm now out of pocket based on what X was.
Yeah.
Understand? So I've basically paid for my present with a little bit on top.
On top. Yeah.
Like, is that just something we've got to accept?
Nah, that's
Is it
crazy.
something that should be discussed of how this relationship's going to work beforehand? Because expectations probably on both sides. I'm expecting it's my birthday.
See, but
I should be treated like, you
I
know.
think it's a mad conversation to even have. But you see me, yeah, I'm a person, like, if I'm with somebody and they look after me, I'm looking after them. Like, I like to spoil my guy. So, like, if it is their birthday, I would be like, oh, you lot don't start. They're going to be calling me a pick-me soon.
No, this is mad.
No, I like to spoil my guy. Like, for example, if it's like their birthday. I got the whole chair. If it's their birthday or whatever, I want to do all of that. Do you know why? Because I feel like guys, they're not used to it, innit?
Yeah,
so when
no,
a woman
we're not.
does it, yes,
No.
like what? Like I like to
No,
see
we're
the
not.
speechless look on their
Yeah,
face. Like
yeah.
the guy's just like doesn't even know how to even respond. I
Yeah,
love it. I'm like, yeah, you don't even know what to say.
I'd love to.
I sit there like, yeah, I done well.
I'd love to.
I done well. Literally.
I'd love to feel that. I'm just imagining it. Hypothetically, it's a hypothetical
I like
feeling.
doing it. But don't get it twisted. It will be like once a year for the birthday.
But you know, like birthday, it should be but just the occasional, like, I don't know. I just feel like that part is just unspoken, like
you want
underrated, and just like just
Do you want her to come home like on a random day and be like, oh, babe, I thought about you. I bought you this.
yeah,
Yeah, I love that.
yeah.
I love that stuff.
Like, just
But I
doesn't
do that,
happen.
but it's a problem, you know. Yesterday, some Jordans came out, some Jordans that were like 190, and they weren't in my size, but they were in his. And I saw them, and I was like, oh, I know he'd want them. And I went to put them in the basket, and I went, huh? I was like, no, I'm not doing this today. £190, but I want to all the time. Do you know what I mean? I want to because I love it, but I just don't have the money to be doing it all the time. But if I can, I love that.
I just think it's the level. It's just like anything from like your bath run. Do you know what I mean? That's the low level, like self-care. But then outwardly, it's like again, just say it how it is. If that's how it's supposed to be for men, then cool. But I just feel like sometimes it'd be nice just to everything's just done for you. You know what I mean? And I've been fortunate this year to have and experience some of that. But prior to that, it just never was really a thing. And it's just like women want to be treated in a certain way, and it's like the expectation is always like the man will pay or the man will do it. You know?
I think if a man is with a woman, where it's literally always him giving, him paying, him paying, him paying, him giving. I think he needs to rethink that whole entire relationship. I swear to you, I think he needs to rethink it. Something's not right there.
Yeah.
Because as a
agree.
woman, I feel like when you love a man or you're into a man, you want to do things for them.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing that, then it makes me think that you're just there for what you can do for
And
you.
if she's not in a position to do those things, should he have thought about that himself before if he wanted to feel and be a certain way?
Yes, if he knew what kind of woman this was, like she's jobless or whatever it is, he should have known before he went there that maybe I'm not gonna get that treatment because she don't really have the means. Not even jobless. Some people I'm joking, but like for example, a mother, maybe she's doing it by herself, don't really have the spare income. She's got a job, but the job's not a mad paying job.
Yeah.
Like if he expects like a certain level of like gifts and them types of things, then he should obviously think about that before. But like you said, it doesn't always have to be things with monetary value though.
No,
do you know
just
what I
a
mean?
thought,
It could
just
be
a
literally
thought,
like,
yeah.
oh, you've come in and
Something just
I've
makes
lit
your
the
day
candles and
a
I've
little bit
built-
more
yeah.
easier. Something's just nice that makes your
Yeah.
life a little bit more easier. Just
I don't
for
think
that
you need
moment.
money.
No,
Yeah.
you don't. You don't always
So
need
then
money,
any
no.
woman can do it. So if she's not doing it, then there's a problem. Because she can
It's
for
true,
free.
innit?
Like she
It's-
can.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Oh man, I'm just thinking of the feeling again. Sorry, I was just trying to take it in of someone just like. I don't think. No, I have this year only. I've been left speechless.
Oh, have you?
Speechless.
I made someone speechless. And I love it. No, I love it. I love it. As a woman, yeah, when you make a man speechless, it's so good. Because I'm like, do you like it, babe? They're just like this is like a deer caught in the headlights. Like, don't even know what to say, don't know what to do.
It's
and
true,
I'm like,
though.
yeah.
It's true. It's true. Like I can't lie.
'Cause
Like
guys are not used to it.
I've not been like that's not happened to me. I was just like, wow. Like
I saw a
the
video.
word "wow" come out. You know.
I saw a video the other day on Insta and a guy was saying like, it was, I don't know whether he had received them or he was advising that you should give a guy a bunch of flowers because he said guys never receive flowers unless they die. And he was like, they're always the ones to run out and give flowers. And he goes, you might think a guy doesn't like them, but I guarantee you give a bunch of flowers to a guy and see his reaction, he'll be speechless.
I'll be speechless because there's flowers. I don't think there'll be any other reason behind it. But
Like-
but like flowers.
Have you ever been given them?
No.
Have you? Any of you? You did?
You
But
were
was
given
it for a
flowers?
reason?
From Gary or Steve?
Oh, just random.
Are you joking? Are you joking? Are you joking? Okay, couple more things before we wrap up.
Yeah. What? Your phone's even matching the set and that?
Oh, yeah,
All right.
gotta keep it uniform,
All
you know.
right,
You
all right.
know.
I like that. I like
Okay.
it.
Right, quick one here.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about white people using the N-word? Hold the thought. Hello, guys. Right, quickly.
Hello, guys.
Hello, guys. Real quick. Now, this is this is to be kept here, yeah? It's to be kept here. All I want to know is, if you don't want to answer, then it sort of will give me the answer. So you might as well just tell the truth, yeah? Have you been in your house listening to Biggie or Tupac or 50 Cent and done the full lyrics in your own company? That's a yes.
I don't think so. That's definitely not recently. Maybe when I was like 13, maybe.
Oh, he's trying to see. You see that he's saying in adolescence that he's obviously
He's learnt.
he's got a
He
little
knows
bit of
better
a
now. No, shall I tell you something? So I've got I've got a lot of white friends, yeah, and none of them ever say the N-word around me. But the other day I was talking to one of them, yeah, and they went to say something, and I think they were about to say it, yeah. But then that made me think, I wonder if they say this when I'm not around. Do you get what I mean? Because I felt like that's the word that was about to come out of their mouth.
There's a tune, right, that there's obviously a lot of hip hop songs that have this word in, right? But there's a specific song with 50 Cent and Notorious B.I.G., yeah? It's called The Realist, yeah? The chorus on this song, you guys can't sing along to it.
Unless
because
you say the words.
Yeah, you literally, it's like,
can't.
you're like,
Yeah, every other word.
you know what I'm saying? So I just want to know, like, from the scene White Chicks, when they're like, but we can say it here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Because
nobody's
no
here.
one's around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to just know, like, if you guys say it, like, for me personally, if it's a song, I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah.
That's my honest opinion.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if it's not sent or spoken in a derogatory
Yeah.
manner, and within a racial slur, it's a word that another person's using that's obviously acceptable because you're using it in form of music and entertainment.
I hear where you're going. I hear what you're saying.
People might ridicule me and say, what are you talking about? But let's be honest. Like,
I hear what you're saying.
I don't really, like, there's such a big thing on this.
I personally think, I'm not saying that you lot do this, but I personally think that when white people are in their bedrooms, they're like, yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that listen, they're not. I don't think you're censoring yourself in your house. I don't think so.
I don't think you've got bleeps in your house.
Censor themselves on like you go to like for example D-Block Europe or something like that.
I've heard this. Oh my God, I've heard this. When people are saying the full, and it's like in that moment. It's acceptable. Like,
because what are you gonna do?
They're not getting banged out at all. I'm standing there. I'm thinking that. I'm like, wow, you're about to get wallet.
I've heard this though that at concerts people are just flying the words out.
Because I went to the N-word in Paris tour.
Yeah.
With Jay-Z. And I tell you, I was thinking, how's this gonna work then? Because I went in Paris. So I was like, how's this gonna work then? Like, this is a bit mad. When this tune comes on, how's this gonna work? But everybody sings it. But what are you gonna do? Turn around to like everybody, stop this. Stop saying
I'm
this
agreeing with
word.
this.
Do you know what
I think
mean?
if you're not saying it in a
can't.
derogatory or descriptive manner to an individual, me personally, I don't.
No, but this is the thing. So at a concert, if I heard it happening, I'm not going to come and say, stop saying this, because it doesn't make sense. There's thousands of people. But if my friend was in a car and it was me and my friend, I wouldn't expect my friend to sing along to that. Do you get it?
If she's
So maybe that's it.
What about if she's just caught in a zone and you're like, turn the music up and she's like,
hey, N-word, I'll be looking at her like, okay. This is what's been going on.
Sorry? See, that whole I don't...
people do have, like, they'll have their white mates.
They're one bread.
But when you say let, that's like... The way you say the word let is like, we have a conversation and I'll do something like, okay, you can now...
Yeah,
like,
do you
know what I'm saying? So, and
Yeah.
I've never been asked permission either. So it's not... And I'm not a person that can give someone permission. I just think, as I say, if it's not said in a derogatory manner, in descriptive racial slur... I think let it be.
But it's mad though, because I watch Baddies, that show in America with all the girls, they go in the house, they fight each other. So I watch Baddies, right? And there's a girl called Big Gretch, I like her because she's just funny. But she's a white girl, American, but obviously the hood that she's grown up with, they're just all hood, like gangster hood.
Yeah.
So when she speaks, she says it all the time. So she'll be arguing with girls and she'll be like, oh, my N-word, my N-word. Like, and she's saying it like with her whole chest, arguing with girls, and girls are battering her in this yard, She got beat up so many times she had to leave the show because she couldn't help it. It's like, because in her area, she's allowed. So because she couldn't help it, it's like every time when she got into an argument, she would just say and you're saying it to black people and they're beating you up. Like,
I just think the people that argue about it don't even know what they're arguing about it for. You know? There's not many people that can give you a direct historical, like, you know, line of why that's seen as such a bad thing. They just think, they've said it. Like, no, I don't see no one going to Fat Joe and saying, why is he saying it? Or that Drake says it. Like, how do they get a pass? You know, so someone who's... If you've...
But he's mixed though. Drake is half black. His dad's black. Okay. His dad's black.
Yeah, okay.
But in America... This is what I'm thinking. It's in America, like in their culture, even white guys will come up to a black guy and say, yo, my N-word, like it's nothing. Because that's how they greet their friends. But if I was in America and a man came up to me and said that to me, or a white girl came up to me and said that to me, I'd be thinking, are you mad? Yeah. But over there, it's normal. Do you see what I'm saying? So I think it's just where it
like
is.
Fat Joe and that get away with it as well.
Yeah.
They can just say it. So. Yeah, when he was nobody though, they got to allow him, man. Leave Eminem alone, man. He's cool, man. Don't want to mess with the boy with the words like that, man.
I don't know. Do you know what? Sometimes I do feel like there's a lot of white people that actually fight to be able to say the word, and I'm like, why are you so pressed to want to say this word? That's what winds me up.
I always want to know.
Why do you want to say it so bad?
Actually, go on. Say it. He was close. Oh, no. I'm not going to do that. I wish we had a camera on you right now, boy. You'd be going red like that bag behind you. Hey, I saw one guy on TV, the actor, I forgot his name, and he was like, "Well, say it then. If you're that bothered, say it." And the guy just wouldn't say it. Like, no.
Was it on like a interview kind of thing?
Yeah.
I think I saw that.
Just say it then. Just say it. He's like, no, say it. Say the word. If you, so. Sorry, I caught you bare off guard. Yeah, you just went, all right. And I was like, ooh, okay, let's take these off really quick. No, I'm joking. Okay, cool. So we're going to end on something that's obviously quite in the media at the moment. Yeah. Just want to know your thoughts on points, if you've got points on it. Mm-hmm. The Sean Combs Reckoning. Any thoughts on it?
You know, I haven't seen this new documentary. And everyone's been saying to me, like, LA, are you mad? But I've been so busy.
It's nothing that we don't know. I just think the way it's been captured now is like, Jesus.
So what? It's made you think even worse of him than what we knew of the trial.
Yeah.
How? How can it get worse than that?
It's quite interesting to see though why he become like in the way his mum raised him and that. You know, like
the mum's got a lot to answer for. The mum's got a lot to answer for.
See, so what is all of this in this new Netflix thing, yeah? See, I just think with Diddy, he's a person who has a lot of power. And I think when people have a lot of power, some people let people with power get away with a lot of nonsense.
And that's the problem.
And it's only when it gets brought to the limelight, oh, he's done this or he's done that, then everyone wants to jump on the board. Oh, yeah, he did this to me, he did that to me. But at the time, you were okay with it because of the money he had or the power he had. Yeah. So why are you now acting like there's an issue? That's for me. If there's people who genuinely did not want this and they were forced into it, then I'm all for justice. But not these hungry gal who were out there up underneath the man, fine because he had the money and the power and they wanted to get to certain positions. And then now, all of a sudden, it's, oh my gosh, he did this to me. You were okay with this. Yeah. You were fine taking the rent. You were fine going out and partying and all the rest of it.
Do you know what? No, let me stop you there. Let me stop you there really quickly, because if you do go and watch it, understand this, they weren't getting paid.
What do you mean?
Exactly what it means. So when you watch it, it's basically he created a contractual whirlwind of where he'd be famous but not necessarily rich. So a lot of these people always waiting to be paid, waiting for the next pay. He's got them like that all the time.
But at the same time, they are aware of what position they're putting themselves in, being in Diddy's hands. So when Diddy can put them here, they're around this person, around that person. These are people they would never get a chance to be around if they were not around Diddy. So some people were happy to sell themselves to be in certain positions. Because even that's like saying, for example, with social media, like for me, people say to me, so what, you went on this podcast, you didn't get paid? And I might say to them, yeah, but I have 50,000 followers. That person has 150,000 followers. It makes sense. It's still a transaction, although it's not money. Do you understand? It's not monetary. So my thing is, they knew what transaction they were doing. They were selling themselves, to be put in certain places, to be around certain people, to be famous, to be known, to be whatever. And then now, in other words, shit's hit the fan. Now they're saying that they've been abused.
I mean, Juror 75, he said, like, you can't have what you had and then come back and try and recoup it in some way. But I think for me, and it's going to be quite controversial, the video that come out with Cassie is horrendous. It's bad.
Crazy.
But for me, my only question is, why didn't you just go to court? Why settle out of court? And some people go, oh, because you didn't want to relive what happened. Well, that's part and parcel of bringing justice. Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, just as a woman?
Do you know what?
I'm not trying to discredit her or downgrade. I'm just trying to say, if you really cared about justice, and you really cared about him going down.
Personally, I think all of these people that just settled for money only cared about the money. Because if they wanted the justice, they would have gone and put this man down a long time ago. This is what I'm talking about. But then the people who were actually held beyond their will or abused and those things, I feel it for them. I don't think abuse is right in any way. Do you understand? But some people, I don't think it should even be seen as abuse because they signed up for this. Like there's messages, obviously I haven't seen the new stuff, but from what I saw, there was messages of people entertaining this stuff, even saying like, come, I want a mad night tonight. And then all of a sudden now, it's like you've been pressured. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's a techie one, that one, but I need to go and watch it. I've been so busy. But I will.
Well, that is end of season 1, and we've ended it with a fantastic guest. We have a little hit that button, round of applause for LaCartier. Hey.
Thank you.
2025 has been amazing. We hope to bring an even better 2026. Thank you for coming on board today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Give them a quick tag of your Instagram.
Yeah, LaCartier official on everything, literally. And I've got my merch out now, guys, which is Everybody's Lost It, because that's my phrase. Because everybody has actually lost it. So
go. Hit that.
Yeah, so the link is in the bio on all my socials to go on the merch store.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Wishing everyone a great
you.
Christmas, and we'll see you back 2026.
Peace out.